I cared for the person, but when things got tough and it's time to work through stuff, I wasn't willing to work.
Be the type of person that never like really settles with somebody. Maybe he's like a, he's like a bee going from flower to flower to flower.
Why can't anybody just be honest? They're waiting for Chrissy Teigen to get plastic surgery and end up Jackie O so that they can be roommates and make musicals together. Let's just be real.
Okay.
He'd rather spend time with John Legend than any of these bitches.
I hate to break it to Ms. J. Hud, but we've been warning you, girl. That man was never the blessing you thought he was. And now, whoo! Word on the curb is Common's out here moving on with somebody brand new, like he didn't just spend the last week smiling in your face. I'm talking blindsided level drama. Folks are saying there's another woman tucked up in his bed, and the streets are whispering he's even been throwing shade on Jen's name behind her back after allegedly stepping out on her. Like, what? Could it be because J. Hud shut him down when he popped the question last year? Or maybe this is just Common trying to flip the script now that people are starting to remember those old whispers about him maybe not being all about the ladies after all? Chile, it's looking messy. I hope you're sitting down, because it is pure chaos in that camp right now. If there's one thing nobody can deny about Common, it's that the man's roster is straight up A-list. And I'm not just talking about Jennifer Hudson. Oh no, this man's been linked to Serena Williams, Taraji P. Henson, Tiffany Haddish, Erykah Badu, Kim Jones, Ava DuVernay, Simone Bozeman, Jaguar Wright, and Angela Rye. We're talking Hollywood's creme de la creme. But here's the thing, not a single one of them lasted. And you know why? Because the running theory is that Common just ain't a keeper type. By his own admission, once that initial spark burns out, he ghosts. He's even confessed he's hooked on love itself, not the bedroom part, and that he's obsessed with the chase, the honeymoon phase, and then boom, he gets bored, disappears, and moves on like nothing happened. So J. Hud really thought her magic was gonna break the cycle and make Common hang up his player card? Whew, wishful thinking. Girl, it's the Delulu for me. Now, to be fair, when he first got with J. Hud, Common swore up and down that therapy had changed him. He even said in one interview that he was finally marriage material. And get this, he specifically claimed that if he ever walked down the aisle, it would be with Jennifer Hudson herself. But lately, the vibes are off. Fans with eagle eyes have been clocking the shift, fewer public appearances, body language that feels colder, and cryptic little posts from J. Hud that got folks reading way between the lines. And now the whispers are saying Common's already got his attention wandering to someone new. The talk got louder after unconfirmed reports claimed he's been spotted out solo, acting a little too cozy with other women. No solid proof yet. But come on, we all know Common's track record. What's wilder? The word on the street is he's been running his mouth, allegedly saying he can't stand J. Hud anymore, like, what happened? People are speculating it all ties back to Jennifer supposedly turning down his proposal just a couple months ago. And now he's big mad about it. So, when the whispers started that Common was ready to drop down on one knee for J. Hud, folks close to her were already spilling the tea, and apparently she wasn't feeling it. They say Jennifer flat out told people she couldn't see herself walking down the aisle with Common because she just wasn't ready. Reason number one? The obvious. Common has lived up to his name when it comes to women, and Jen knew it. Sure, he swept her off her feet in the beginning, but deep down, she couldn't shake his track record. Too many famous exes, too many stories, and she wasn't about to be another notch on the list. But here's where it gets messy. She knew this before they even got serious. Common's love life has been public knowledge for years, so acting shocked now feels a little late. Still, sources say there was more to it. Jen was scared of ending up in another toxic situation like she had with David Otunga. That relationship, according to her, left scars, and she allegedly swore she'd never rush into marriage again. And when J. Hud calls her time with David toxic, she's not sugarcoating. Insiders claim she still carries that weight, and no matter how much Common promised he was in it for the long haul, she wouldn't budge. That ring never stood a chance. They say Common tried to convince J. Hud that, despite his long history with Hollywood's finest, he was locked in with her for real. But Jennifer wasn't buying it. She'd already spent 9 years engaged once before, and the last thing she wanted was to waste more time only to end up back at square one with a broken marriage. Some say that after that conversation, things between them never bounced back. and Common might have started realizing there was no real future here. But here's where the tea gets scalded, because the streets are whispering that the real reason Common couldn't stand J Hud anymore is he might not even be into women like that, and he got tired of pretending, allegedly. Y'all remember when his ex, Jaguar Wright, came out saying she wished people knew the real Common? According to her, he doesn't truly love black women. He just uses them for social image and clout. She went as far as claiming Common would actually rather be with men, and that every woman who's been with him knows it. Jag even threw in a shady detail, pointing out how Common's dated all these women, and yet not one has ever publicly mentioned his skills in the bedroom. Is that out of respect, or is Jaguar telling the truth? Maybe, just maybe, Common really does prefer to play for the other team, allegedly. Now here's where the whispers turn into full-blown side-eye, because somebody came forward with what they claim is first-hand tea. According to them, a friend's husband, who's married to a woman connected to the industry, was at a Hollywood event this summer. And guess who supposedly spent almost an hour locked in conversation with him? Common. The kicker? This man didn't even know who Common was until later when his wife clued him in. And for context, the guy's white, super handsome, model level fine. Anyway, the story goes that after the event wrapped around 3 a.m., when his wife texted him to come meet her outside, Common allegedly hit him with, "So, what are you doing later tonight?" The guy said he was going home with his wife, but claims Common kept it awkward, like he was hinting at something else. I pressed the storyteller. Was this maybe just a misunderstanding? They swore it wasn't, and that's why people speculate Common might still be wrestling with his sexuality. Some even claim it could tie back to rumors that he was allegedly taken advantage of by a man in the past, leaving him with complicated feelings when it comes to women. But to be fair, not everyone's pointing the finger at Common. Some are flipping the narrative on J Hud. They say maybe she's the one who can't keep a man. We've all seen how messy her past with David Otunga got. Remember, David once accused her of stepping out with music producer Molly Music. Jennifer never confirmed it, but things between them got real nasty. In her protective order against David, J Hud claimed his jealousy went so far that while she was at a Chicago recording session, he couldn't reach her and had their son try to film her to prove she was involved with Molly. That's the level of drama we're talking about here. Jennifer has also claimed that David's behavior toward her and even toward their son had become increasingly aggressive and threatening. But David fired right back, saying she was lying and using her influence in the industry to paint him as the villain. According to him, he'd actually been their child's primary caregiver since birth because Jennifer was constantly on the road. A direct contradiction to her legal claim that she was the main caregiver. David also accused Jennifer of pressuring him to put family before his career, only to later throw it in his face and call him a freeloader. And because Jennifer had hit him with some heavy allegations, police actually opened an investigation. A few months later, David was cleared and Jennifer dropped her order of protection, but only after he agreed to never set foot on her property again. Still, David kept telling anyone who would listen that Jennifer was using her fame and power to twist the story, insisting she was the real problem. He warned that she's not the person the public thinks she is. And that's where the speculation gets wild. Maybe Common also got a taste of that so-called dark side and decided he wasn't sticking around. I've even seen chatter claiming Jennifer started acting like Common was beneath her because she earns more money than him. If true, that's messy, especially considering she knew exactly who he was when she got involved. At this point, we don't know for sure if Common cheated, if he's slipping back into his old patterns, or if Jennifer's the real issue. For all we know, they might still be together, and this could all just be smoke with no fire. But here's the thing, whether they're still together or not, the streets are saying the vibe between Common and J Hud has been way off lately. Folks who've seen them at events claim there's this awkward distance, like they're just showing up for appearances. No holding hands, no warm looks, just cold. And every time Jennifer posts something cryptic on social media, the comment sections blow up with fans trying to decode hidden messages. Some are convinced Common's already halfway out the door, keeping things polite in public while lining up his next move. Others swear Jennifer's the one pulling away, maybe already setting the stage for a quiet breakup that won't make her look bad in the press. Either way, the tension is dripping and people are clocking every move. And then there's the real whispers, the ones saying this whole thing might explode if certain receipts ever leak. We're talking about alleged text exchanges, late night meetups, and even a few insiders hinting that there's video footage of Common getting a little too friendly with someone who's definitely not Jennifer. No one's dropped proof yet, but the fact that people are even talking about it has fans watching like hawks. If that tea ever spills, whoo, it could blow this whole relationship storyline wide open and leave one of them scrambling to control the narrative. At this point, it doesn't even matter whose side you're on, because whether this is a breakup brewing, a full-blown cheating scandal, or just smoke with no fire, the cracks in Common and Jennifer Hudson's perfect couple image are showing. And when a relationship like this starts to unravel in Hollywood, the truth always comes out, sooner or later. If the rumors are true, Common could be facing a public storm that not even his charm can talk him out of, especially if those alleged receipts ever hit the internet. And if Jennifer's the one pulling the strings here, well, it could mean she's already 10 steps ahead, ready to control the story and keep her image spotless while letting him take the fall. Either way, this isn't just another celebrity breakup headline. This is a power play. It's about reputation, control, and the secrets both of them might be holding behind closed doors. And trust me, the deeper you look, the messier it gets. So the real question is, are we watching the slow death of their relationship in real time, or is this just the calm before a scandal we're not ready for? Because if Hollywood history has taught us anything, it's that the most shocking twists always hit when you least expect them. Stay locked in with BarzBuzz, because the moment this story blows wide open, you already know. We'll have every drop of that tea waiting for you.